This segment of Showcase is brought to you by the Aesthetic Center of Richmond Dermatology. So many people feel like hair loss is going to be something that takes over their life, but it does not have to. There's a lot of great options. And today we're learning about PRF. Ashley, tell us, what is this amazing procedure?
Yeah, so PRF stands for platelet-rich fibrin. And so what it's doing, it's a little bit different than PRP itself. It's a slower release. So what I did with Andrew is I draw his blood, and then he has something called platelet-rich plasma, which is almost like the liquid gold of your whole blood. I spin it down into a centrifuge for about 6 minutes. I pull out the liquid gold, which looks like this. This is his PRF, the platelet-rich fibrin. When I inject it into his scalp, it's really rich in growth factors and stem cells. So it's very regenerative and healing to the scalp. So when I inject it into his scalp, it's really stimulating blood flow to this area, which in turn is kind of waking up dormant hair follicles, as well as strengthening existing hair. So it's a great preventative treatment, as well as a really good treatment for those who are maybe starting to see a little bit of hair loss occurring.
Yeah, and how much of this has to do with genetics versus people's lifestyle changes, hormones? I know people who are on GLP-1 sometimes say that they've started losing hair. Is everyone a candidate for this?
So many different people are a candidate for it. There's so many different factors that can contribute to hair loss, whether that be stress, whether that be you're going through hormonal changes, whether you are on a GLP-1. Yes, absolutely. There are people that are not a good candidate for it. It is those that have maybe waited a little bit too long to get the PRF done. You've experienced a lot of hair shedding, and maybe you don't have a viable hair follicle at that point, but definitely recommend a consultation to see if you do.
All right, so we want to see how this gets done. Tell us, what are you guys both holding, these little things?
So I have these little distractor tools here. Andrew's holding one on himself as well, and I will use one as I go. It's not the most... It's a little bit prickly, so we like to just make everything, you know, as comfortable as it can possibly be. Okay? All right. So with anybody, I start at the hairline here, and we just drop little boluses of plasma. And you'll be able to find too that the plasma will spread. So I do these large boluses, but they'll reach throughout the entire scalp.
Now, Ashley, we hear often that hair grows in cycles. So if you're going the other direction, you're getting laser hair removal, you know, you have to get multiple treatments. Is that the same for regrowing hair?
Yes, absolutely. So you want to think about this as almost like fertilizer for the hair. So you actually will think about this as almost like a lifelong treatment.
Okay.
It is keeping that hair in that growing phase. If you stop that PRP, sometimes we can get caught back into the resting phase, and you may notice some hair falling out again. Now we can space out the treatments. We start them every 2 months, and then we can work to every 6 months and get you to a more of a maintenance phase with it. But it will be something that you will be committed to for a while.
What is your favorite part about this procedure that you hear from your clients?
Oh, I just love when people have a really positive result from it. We get photos of the patient after the 4th treatment, like compared to their first treatment, and seeing some of those baby hair growth, it's just such a cool thing.
It's a big deal. I love that this is the next phase of what PRP was. Y'all did PRP on me several years ago when I had basal cell carcinoma, and they did the procedure, the Mohs procedure, and it literally took off a chunk of my scalp, and y'all were able to regrow that hair. So it really is a game changer for a lot of people who are in a scenario where you want to make sure you maintain your hair, and this is a really great way to do it. So if this is an option that you might be thinking about, you can call the Aesthetic Center of Richmond Dermatology to learn more about these options. And like Ashley said, you'll go through that consultation to make sure that you're a great candidate for it. So thank you for showing us this incredible procedure. And this segment of Showcase is brought to you by the Aesthetic Center of Richmond Dermatology.